is me, Ruowen Huang. Before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today I want to talk about what I thought is an interesting concept, just for many of you to think about it. It's called I, you, and we. I mentioned in many episodes before, the reason soul choose this life, platform this life, design this life, and the people that you encounter with is mostly try to help your soul grow. If you do understand everything under universe are vibration, you would know it would be high, it would be low, and constantly your life is created by various vibration. So the rotation of the event. So it will always be up, down, or circle around, something like that, right? Same as the spiritual growth. So the best way I can describe how the spiritual growth will be I, you, and we. Why all of a sudden I decided this is important to share with you all? Of course, through my consultation, I realized we all gone through this. But instead of allowing it to go up and down or like rotations of event, we tend to stuck in some point and believe that's a way of living. Unfortunately, many of us stop at you. Now, I want to bring you all the way back to the time when you first born. If many of you ever raised kids or baby, or if you have seen any children around you, you will realize it's only natural for kids to go through I, my. I want this. I want to go there. I want to play this. I want to do that. My, right? It's only at the beginnings of the time when the baby start developing, they have to get a sense of individuality. That is, who am I? What am I? And what can I do? What is mine? As kids start growing up, you will start to realize there will be parents that teaching them is no. It's not just I. You have to be considerate of others. This is when the parents start introducing you, her, he, we have to do it with the consideration of others. So while the kids in the first, I would say 3 years, focusing on I, my. Sounds like seagull. But anyway, the parent will start introducing others. So this is a point would be last between somewhere 2 to 3 years. Kids were focusing on he, she, you is no longer I. It's to create that sense the whole universe is not circled around me, and then they are other people. When I'm doing things, asking things I want, I have to put into consideration they are others. So when parents start introducing that and the kids start having a little bit idea of that, this is when the parents start introducing we. Why it's called we is when we introduce the idea of sharing. Usually happen between your age 5 or 6. So this is when we share, we can go half, you 50, we share with best friend, we share with family, we share with brother, we share. Okay, on normal circumstances, this is how the soul goes. That means you will go from very basic lesson of I, you, we. It's not what I can do for you. It's more like what can we do it or develop it together to make something happen. How can we come to the compromise of the future that we wanted? So I had to figure out my identity. I had to figure out what you are, where you are, how you are going to sit in my life. Then I figured out how can we work together as a team, as a family, or as a couple, or a sibling, whatever. So you will understand this whole rotation of the self-growth will last about 6 years of time. That means you may spend a couple years figure out who you are, then you consider your opponents or others where they are, then you start coming back to figure out where we can create a future together. Normal circumstances, that's how the soul develops. But unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier before, we tend to stuck at you. If you don't understand what I meant, you will start to understand. The society will teach you, contribute yourself for others, do something for others, distribute yourself for others, which nothing's wrong with that, but you should not take up 30 years of your life or 50 years of your life or 60 years of your life. It should, in normal circumstances, go from I, you, we, down to I, you, we, go down to I, you, we. Every 6 years or even 12 years as a rotation, and then that's how your soul got a chance to grow. But in any circumstances, you got stuck in I, you for 30 years, this is a time where people feel lost, confused. I don't know where my future is. I don't know where my purpose is. So many teenagers or many young 20s tend to come to me and say, how come I feel so lost in my life? How come I'm not motivated? How come I don't really know what it is that I can do? The reason of that is because you go from very short time of I. Your parent may or may not allow you to go through the full cycle of I, but eagerly to introducing you we. Many Asian family do prefer their kids to take care of them later on, so they will put on the manipulation or they will put on the pressure saying, you have to take care of me. Your job to take care of me. I will do everything I can right now to raise you, but it's your job in the future to take care of me. So due to that, I'm not just saying only parents. There are a lot of girlfriends, boyfriends who will do exactly the same. In order, if you love me, you have to do something to make me happy. So we either focus way over on you or we either focus way over on we. But when we're talking about we don't talk about how we can meet somewhere in the middle, how we can work with one another, that we can create the future that we wanted. Instead of you have to do something for me, or I do so much for you, so therefore you have to do something for me. Understand, soul journey is all about yourself. How you gonna develop it, how you gonna create it, and how you gonna manifest it. It's nothing about how other people gonna do for you. Yes, in the spiritual journey, we do have to figure out where we position ourselves and how we can maximize our ability, or where we can locate ourselves in this huge society in order to maximize our ability. It does take observation, but it doesn't take you to get in your full self to a point that you lost yourself. So anyway, this very particular episode, I just really want to introduce this concept for you guys. Understand, anything on the universe is a vibration. When I talk about vibration, that means there's up, there's a low, and then there's a circle. Everything that happened in your life most likely will create like a rotation of event. That means things that you're familiar or now you're dealing with it again. Same as I, you, and we. So that means when you were a toddler, you're learning I, you, we, and we share. Most likely, you may have to come back to a circle and rethinking, where am I right now? And where are you right now? And where are we going to? How are we going to create a future? If you are not quite sure where this time frame is, or if you any circumstances you notice you are stuck in that whatever stage forever, then I will give you a time frame like you can roughly measure your life a little bit and understand why you're feeling stalling of your life. So this whole rotation usually take about 6 years. 6 years. If you want to make it quick, you want to make it slow, it's really up to you. But in normal circumstances, this rotation should take about 6 years around. That means you will spend 2 years focused on yourself and 2 years observing others, doing things for others, and then 2 years of trying to manifest how you can create for one another by maximizing each other's skill. then you come back and reevaluate yourself. So that's about 6 years of time. If you are able to continue doing this, then most likely you will be able to prevent what we call 7 years itch. Is when you turn around and realize, oh my God, I'm completely different person, and the person I'm with is not going anywhere at all. Really, it will reduce some frustration for you. So anyway, just a little quick episode to introduce the 3 very simple vocabulary. And I seriously believe those 3 simple vocabulary are able to bring you to really evaluate your life and understand why you are stuck and why you are not feeling motivated and why your soul feel like there's nothing I can do in the future, because you are not really allowing the energy to flow. You seem to control, manipulate it, and make it stuck the way it is for way too long. So anyway, hope this will answer all your questions. I don't know. Maybe or maybe not. So again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, next time, bye.